So yeah, back at it again. Uh, Another video, same day, same setting, etc. Okay, can't get this one piece of length or okay. So again, here's how it goes. Songs like Kidderation, or not even songs. Yeah, I made a song for that, and I also have the album. So like I say again, you look on the YouTube channel, you see Kidderation, you see I definitely modified that album because when I take you back to albums such as the Valley Ridge Academy tribute album, you have to realize that Valley Ridge Academy tribute album was definitely predominantly made in one day, but I didn't want to stop at 12. I felt like I needed at least one or two more songs, so that's why I ended up finalizing it um, on Sunday, even though I ended up finalizing it on Sunday, but most definitely it was practically pretty much done on Saturday. Just to let everybody know about that. And when it comes to the Valley Ridge Academy tribute album, uh, like I said, I take the utmost God first 116 Unashamed pride in that album. Everything that went into releasing it, past, present, and future, where it is, where it was, and then where it is now. I take the utmost pride in it. Honestly, I definitely know that there might be a lyric or two, or maybe a song or two that some people might want to double question and probably think to themselves, where did this and that come from? Should this and that really be on this album? Knowing that it's attributed to K through 8, but like I said, predominantly when you look at everything on the album, it's definitely meant for some, it's definitely sentimental, and it definitely covers some issues that that go on and about throughout society, and definitely some things that Valley Ridge Academy, I would definitely say, period, even without that album, is attributed towards solving, fixing, growing, and trying to establish a better tomorrow, so on and so forth. Valley Ridge Academy, that tribute album again. That album was not supposed to be where it is today, and I mean in terms of the playlist. I don't know if I ever made a video on it, which I probably never did, but the video was supposed to be pretty much me detailing how. Actually, I probably did, but you probably have to scroll way back in the channel, and I'm pretty sure nobody wants to do that. But back in a previous video, what I had detailed was how for tribute albums to schools, specifically to the schools, again, I really want to make sure that your tribute album is very specific to your school's causes, to your school's programs, and etc. So stuff like that. That's why I said before, that's why you can go back about a month on this channel, and you can see where I was talking about more Valley Ridge Academy tribute songs, or more Valley Ridge Academy song titles, because I really want to make sure that album is very specifically catered to your school in a certain type of way, and stuff like that. So, like I say, that didn't end up happening, but I did end up making the most of it with the songs that I already had recorded for other things, because helping people, that song was not supposed to be on that at all. That song was supposed to be under the Low Income Project album, but it obviously ended up making Valley Ridge Academy's album. I'm proud of it either way. I love kids. I couldn't tell you what album that was supposed to go under. I really couldn't tell you. Huge Into Adoption, same thing. Really couldn't tell you. I think Huge Into Adoption might have been supposed to go under Low Income Project. I don't know. But I can assure you, like I said before, every tribute album that I make for every single school, I want to make that tribute album as unique to every single school as possible, and like I say, that didn't end up happening with Valley Ridge Academy's tribute album. It probably won't happen with a few other schools' tribute albums, knowing how much music that I have, again, recorded already, future recording. It's probably not. A lot more albums are not going to be, specifically to that school, but, I mean, in terms of the lyrical content and in terms of the song titles. But again, I will God first try my absolute best to, regardless, bring as much honor, dignity, and respect to the schools through these song titles as God first possible, and we'll see what we continuously get with it in the learning, building, and growing process. Again, You got these videos that I film quite often. You got my music, my YouTube, etc. as proof and evidence of not only my, my innocence within everything that I God first do, and my purest intentions with everything I God first do, but you also have my Twitter, bits of my Instagram, and etc. I'm not saying that I represent myself the absolute best with everything that I do and say every day, but I can definitely assure you I try harder than most. At least that's my opinion. Please don't take that the wrong way. But most definitely, I pride myself with this music. I pride myself with these videos to represent myself in the best light. And I pride myself on making the best authentic music for these kids, because regardless of whether I'm ever allowed to be a volunteer in their schools, I definitely want them all to know, and I want their families to know, I am one of your biggest fans. I definitely do want to be there for your family for Better and Force. I want to be there donating. I want to be there just helping out in God first, whatever pure and clean way which you will, grant me to, or which you will allow me to. And I want you to prosper towards your better tomorrow, God first over everything, so forth and so forth. One of the top biggest messages I want the kids and their families to know. So forth and so forth. That's why I go as hard as I do with the music and with these videos and etc. I get it, some people still don't like me and are probably going to find any which way not to like me and etc. But again, that's definitely you and your soul with Christ, you and your heart with Christ. And like I said, I hope you definitely change your heart on me. But if you never do, again, that's definitely your soul with Christ, your heart with Christ, your mindset with Christ. And I definitely hope that you still make it to heaven regardless. Because I'm just saying, you're not gonna find somebody else who wakes up in the morning thinking about making tribute albums to these schools, to these kids. You're not gonna meet many other, at least in my opinion, you're not gonna meet anybody who goes this hard for making tribute albums to these schools and to these kids and to their families and to the communities. You're not gonna meet anybody that goes this hard with it, who will evidently look anybody and everybody in their face, dead in their eyes, and tell them, I love you, I care about you, and I would die for you, even if I barely know you. You're not going to find anybody who will do that, And I mean this stuff because this is more, this is more, this is more. Like the song I made titled This Is More. I want people to realize that, how important, every day is, with everyday breath, everyday actions, responsibilities. And I want us to really, again, clean up this cultural garbage that has our society and culture in the cesspool that it is in. A lot of us are easily divided over some of the most silliest things, honestly. I've seen people try to start fights, and I have heard people trying to start, and I mean fist fights, over the most garbage things. I've even seen them try to, arguments, over some of the most foolish things, and I'm like, wow. I mean, part of it I want to say is cultural ignorance. Another part is just willful ignorance, and always feeling like you just have something to negatively prove. But what do you have to prove in some of these cases when, like I said, you're fighting over or arguing over, this or that when it comes to the causes? I mean, really need to think about the causes. And so on and so forth. Like I say, I got so much music coming out, praising God, praising Jesus, praising the Holy Trinity. So much music coming out doing that. Even the Higher Morals album was not supposed to be what it was. But it ended up being what it was. But it was not supposed to be that. It was supposed to be a collection of music with titles like Community Support, Sportsmanship, Collective Effort, and etc. But again, all glory be to God, it ended up being what it was, and I am overall 116 unashamed about it, and will continuously keep owning that music to the best of my abilities. Like I said, Kidderation, obviously I deleted some songs off that. Again, I want the next 5 or more songs that go under some of these albums like that to be absolute, like, okay, I get where he's going with it. This is lit, Because some of these songs y'all have already heard before, because they've already been on the channel for a few months now, or even a few weeks. And I want y'all to get the next to last 5 or more songs and be like, darn, this stuff go hard. This stuff is real, and stuff like this. And I'm 20 years old, so you got to realize, 20 years old, plenty of guys give life to live. So with that being said, as I said before, the music ain't stopping. The music ain't stopping. Um, and again, shout out, God bless all my little brothers and sisters out there. I absolutely love y'all, especially to the next generation of freshmen coming in. Again, that's what you all are to me, my little brothers and sisters. Not to say you have to set me as that at all when it comes to big brother role model mentor. You don't have to, but just know that I'm always got your back. I always have your back. I'm always having your back. I'm always looking out for you, and I'm always wishing you the best, whether in person or through these lyrics. Predominantly both. Predominantly both. And I just definitely note, or I definitely know that, like I said before, one of my top influences every day of my life is to, like I said before, my Snapchat so many times. One of my top influences, reasons to live every day, is to try to not only innovatively, humbly learn from everybody that I'm around, but as well be the best role model and mentor to everybody I'm around. I have a hunger for definitely learning from everybody I'm around, and I have also a hunger for being the best role model and mentor to everybody I'm around, no matter how old you are, honestly. Again, Bryson Tiller, stay true to yourself. And I'm saying that from, his album titled True to Self, Always trying to stay Bryson Tiller true to myself. And I hope everybody else does the exact same thing. One of the most important notes to get from me. Stay true to yourself. Grow into your best self. Keep owning it. I look forward to going out there next school year and supporting everybody from multiple schools, including Creekside, Ponte Vedra, Bartram, Sandalwood High School, Atlantic Coast, First Coast, and etc. A lot of schools, because like I said before, this is just, again, this is community support, and I really want to put my money where my mouth is. I really want to put my time and my efforts where my mouth is in terms of all this stuff. Because it is one thing to keep preaching community support, but it's another thing to actually go out there and stir it up and listen to what these people have to tell you in terms of, where you should be giving your, efforts here, where you should be, with this and with that, learning from everybody, helping build here, helping build there, helping influence this, helping influence that, help teach here, mentor here. You get the point, And, like I said, we'll overall see where it overall takes us. 12 minutes into this video. Thank God for everybody out there. More music coming soon. So yeah, Kidderation, I definitely, Kidderation is one of those albums that I will hopefully get done within the month of July. Women's Empowerment, that album again was supposed to be somewhat something else. But like I said, I'm trying what I can to get that, finalize that album, because I'm proud of, if not all the songs, most of the songs that are on there, but I'm definitely trying to, again, get as many, somewhat bangers on there in terms of women's empowerment, saying like you can bump this literally anywhere because it's going to get you in a good mood and a good vibe and help you take some pride, godly pride about yourself regardless. You get the point. But again, we'll see. I got so many other women's empowerment albums coming soon. We'll definitely go with that. And again, a note to anybody out there who doesn't like all the songs that I make for women. That's one of the top reasons why I make all these songs for women, because I'm a very, very big advocate for women's rights, women's empowerment, and etc. I'm a very, very big advocate towards that, and I will never stop being a strong leader and advocate towards that. So forth and so forth, Many songs expressing that, again, going forward. So yeah, and fans of fashion. So I ended up taking that photo, or taking that song "Booties" and putting on Fans of Fashion, because like I said before, it's a women's empowerment song and a Fans of Fashion song. But knowing once again other songs that are probably gonna end up on the women's empowerment album. Like I said, I'm trying my best to mix and match these playlists the best I can. So "Booties" ends up being the first one off of Fans of Fashion, and we'll see where everything else goes in terms of scheme fits, because again, every song has to fit the scheme fit in order for me to put it on the album. So again, we'll continuously see where that leads us. Today's Tuesday. I'm getting ready for Scorpion, Drake's new album. I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. I'm over here listening to a bunch of videos with snippets of songs that are supposed to be on the album. I look forward to it, most definitely. We'll see where it takes us. And again, stay tuned to this YouTube channel, more Life in the 662, and more music from your boy, the man, NJ number 2, the city with the number 2 and TL. God bless. Peace.